Hello everyone. So today we'll be learning CSS position. The position CSS property sets how an element is positioned in a document. So we can use different position CSS rules to manipulate the style that we want. Let's go ahead and look at some in our own code. We can see some right here: position static, position relative, position absolute, sticky. Then we have fixed, inherit, initial, and many more. Let's go ahead and create the HTML and CSS file for this. Index.html. Okay, my PC is getting a bit slow because we have some updates from some extensions and stuff. But let's go ahead and do the regular styles.css. And we know how to generate the boilerplate code by clicking HTML5 right here. And then we have the boilerplate HTML code, and now we need to link the CSS. Yes, so I'll just click link here and it will tell me to specify what the styles.css is, and I will define it right here: styles.css. Yes, so we have connected the CSS file. Let's go ahead and make some, not h1, but let's create some divs, and we can give them some height, width, and stuff. Let's go ahead and add the class name box. We know how to add the class by mentioning class equal to box. Now we can specify what the box will have right here. It will have height of 200 pixels. It will have the width of 200 pixels, and it will have background color of blue, let's say. Let's go ahead and open it with live server. Let's zoom in a bit so you can see it better. Let's not zoom in that much. Okay, so we have 4 divs right here. We need to zoom out a bit so we can see things clearly. All right, so let's add some margin. Let's go for margin 20 pixels. We'll create a gap between each and every boxes. Yes, so by default all the HTML elements have a position of static. Then we have position relative, absolute, and sticky. Let's go ahead and talk about sticky at first, and to show sticky we'll need some more divs, and let's add a class here. It's stick, let's say, not sticky, so we don't confuse it right here. Stick, and the position, the property name is position, and it will be, or not like this, or what? Yeah, not like this, my bad. Sticky. All right, so okay, why is it not working? Position sticky. Let's just copy it straight up. It's the same thing, but it's not working. Why is that? All right, sticky is a bit like fixed as well. Let's go ahead and use fixed then. Yes, so as you can see, it is fixed. We can differentiate because of the color. Let's go ahead and give it a different color. Background color will be red, let's say. it will override this background color right here because it is defined later, and we know the latest one will prevail and the previous ones will be replaced or rewritten by this one. All right, so yes, as you can see, the fixed is working. So the fixed is fixed to the viewport. Let's go ahead and see the difference. The fixed position says the position of the HTML elements according to the viewport. Yes, so viewport is the monitor we're seeing it in. So if I make this smaller, it will still be sticking to it. It will be sticking to the viewport, not the parent element. Whereas sticky position sets the position according to the parent element. So this red box, this red div right here, it does not need any parent element. It will just stick to the viewport or to the monitor we have here. So I wonder why the sticky is not working. Let's go ahead and try it again. Sticky. Alright, the sticky is not working for some reason. I don't know why, but it is working right here. As you can see, it's sticky and it is sticking to the screen as well. But sticky position, it's a bit confusing. Let's go ahead and comment these out. Alright, so right, we need some height width here. Height 200 pixel, width 200 pixel, and background color of red. Let's yes. So it's not sticking. I don't know why. It's pretty weird. It should work technically, but all right, let's go ahead and go for static. Static is what we have by default, so it doesn't matter if we mention it or not. Let's go ahead and set static, and as you can see, it's absolutely the same. We can inspect it. We can right click and inspect it, and as you can see, we have the divs are getting display block. Is it why I'm not getting the sticky? I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and check it out. Yeah, so sticky is being applied right here, but it is not sticking to the parent element. Oh right, we have to have a parent element. Let's go ahead and create another div inside this div, and let's give this one sticky, the stick, and we should be giving some height width, and let's give it green. Where's the green box? What? Oh, we have it inside. That's right. Let's go ahead and use bigger height. Oh, it's too big now. We need to reduce the height width. Okay, it's a bit confusing for me as well, but I'll get back to it later. Let's go ahead and learn the other stuff, relative and absolute. So for relative and absolute, we need to keep in mind that anything you put absolute will have a relative position as well. I mean, what I mean by that is, if I were to give this box relative, then I can give it absolute. But if I put absolute to this box, the body will be relative automatically. And if I put absolute here and not relative here, the body will be relative by default. So let me show you guys. Let's delete all these boxes and absolutely. Let's give the class name absolutely and style it right here. Let's give it like 100 pixels. Position not sticky, but position will be absolute. Oh, the green color was being replaced by red. Okay. As you can see, we have the relative one, and we can inspect it as well by the tool right here in the Chrome. If we click on this box, what we're getting is okay, maybe I didn't put relative here, right? My bad. Position relative. All right, so if we inspect this box right here, we can see that it has position relative right here. And if I were to inspect this box here, we have position absolute here. All right, so by using position absolute, we can use the top, let's say 20 pixel, and it will have a gap of top 20. As you can see, we have a top 20 pixel right here. It is to the parent. So which is the parent here? The parent is this div. We have a nested div. This is the parent div and this is the child div. So we have nested div inside a div. Nested elements, CSS elements. It can be paragraph as well, not only div. Let's go ahead and create a paragraph tag. And as you can see, we have some margin and padding by default for paragraph, as I've mentioned previously. So to overwrite it, we have to create what we have to create. You must remember this: margin 0 pixel, padding 0 pixel, and then we have box sizing border box. I think I wrote it wrong. Let's go ahead. Box sizing border box. Okay, so I'm getting some errors, I think. Or what? Why do we have this right here? This says absolute, but it's not working for some reason. It's pretty weird. All right, let's go ahead and make it a div, not a p tag. Oh, okay, and we can inspect it as well. If you want, let's go ahead and inspect it. And what do we have? Oh, we have some default tag by the Chrome browser. They added this p user style, a user agent style sheet. All right, so the paragraph tag is getting some styles from right here. We can overwrite it, but let's not go that route. We'll just rewrite our p tag to our div. Yes, so much better. So by positioning absolutely, you can use top, you can use, let's say, left 20 pixel. So now we'll have a gap of 20 pixel from left side. So this is the child element and this is the parent element, the blue one. The blue one is the parent element and the green one is child element. So it is absolute to this relative position. If I were to move this relative, now the top 20 pixel and left 20 pixel will be applied to the body, and the body has that gap, as you can see. Let's go ahead and add 200 pixel. Now we have that gap of 200 pixel from here, the body top to here. Let's comment the blue box out to see things better, and we can add a comment by control and slash. As you can see, the absolute position is getting the distance of 200 pixel from the body element. So if we don't have a relative parent element, will the body will be the position relative. So the absolute position always need a relative to work things, to make the top, bottom, left, right work. We've tried top and left. Let's go ahead and use right 20 pixel and bottom 20 pixel. So now we'll have the box. Okay. Oh, we removed the position relative here. So as we've removed the position relative here, the green box is now positioned absolutely, and it is relative to the whole body. And now we didn't save it, as you can see it right here. If we have some unchanged things here, there will be a white dot, as you can see. I have now saved it, Ctrl+S to save. And now as we can see, we've put the relative here, and now the green box is inside the parent element, and it has 20 pixel gap to the bottom and 20 pixel gap to the right. Let's go ahead and comment out the bottom one, and we have only right 20 pixel and it is on top, as we didn't specify bottom. Let's go ahead and delete the right one, and now we have bottom 20 pixel but not right. All right, so I hope you understood it. I couldn't show you guys the sticky part. I don't know what happened there. Let's try it one more time. I can show you guys here in the Mozilla developer tool. As you can see, the box where the sticky is being applied, if I make this static, this will not be sticky. As you can see, I have scrolled down and it is not visible on the page. Let's go ahead and make it sticky. Sorry, I have a habit of pressing Ctrl+S to save. As I've just told you, as we made some changes here, we need to press Ctrl and S to save it. As you can see, we have unchanged things here, and there is a white dot right here. Let's just delete it and save it, and just go for the sticky right here. As you can see, I'm scrolling down, but this div is sticking to the viewport of this page. This is our page now. This is our browser, and this is the sticky. Let's go ahead and add fixed. The fixed is also pretty much same, but as you can see, it's sticking to the viewport, even outside of the viewport. Let's go ahead and delete the top, and as you can see, it's almost like same to sticky, but it's a bit different. And what is the difference? As you've seen here, the fixed position says the position of the HTML elements according to the viewport. Which is the viewport? The viewport is the monitor we are seeing in. This is the whole thing is the viewport. Let's go ahead and add 20 pixel. Man, let's add sticky. Sticky is a bit better. All right, so we have learned static, relative, absolute. The absolute and relative thing is a bit tricky, I think. So the absolute position is to make things absolute, and you can position it anywhere you like, but it must have a parent element which will have a relative position relative, and then you can manipulate it by using like right, top, left, right, bottom. In our case, we have used top left 20 pixels. So we have a gap of 20 pixels right here and 20 pixels to the left and to the top. That's pretty much it about positions, and we have some more positions like inherit. So inherit is basically saying that you should inherit your position from your parent. So in our case, we have a div inside a div, and as I've told you, this is the parent, this is the child, and whatever position this guy has, if I put inherit, this will have the same position. Initial is usually static, but let's go ahead and Google it. Man, not again. CSS position initial. Position initial means that it will catch the default value, so it will catch position static. Yes, as I've mentioned previously, static is the default, so initial will put it to static. Or in your case, if it is initially absolute, it will be put to absolute. Revert and revert layer is something that I don't know myself. Let's go ahead and Google it. And don't be afraid to Google things out, because that's what good developers do as well. I Google all the time, and all my colleagues Google all the time, and every developer I know Google from time to time, because to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or anything in programming, you can't remember all the syntax. As you can see, the CSS, only the CSS, we have filtered to CSS, so modules, properties, selectors, combine. You can't remember all these. Like, you might know where things are and how things work, but you can't always remember all things. You just need to Google it out. It's all in the internet. Let's go ahead and say, I don't know the font size. Let's go and say font size. Yes, let's Google it, and I can just say it in the font size right here. How do we use it? Oh, we use font size and then specify the size, x small, smaller, 12 pixel, or 80%, or whatever. We don't need to memorize everything. So revert the cascade value of the property from its current value to the value property would have had if no changes have been made. Okay, so if there were no changes, wait, let me see. Oh, it resets the property to its inherited value. Oh, okay. So revert means we are going to just reset back to the value it inherited from its parent. In this case, this box will, if we put revert here, it will go back to being relative like this from absolute. Okay, I get it now. So what else do we need to learn? Relative, top, left, right, bottom. Yes, we've talked about this. Sticky. Okay, let me try the sticky one once more. Let's go ahead and say stick, not sticky, to avoid confusion. Stick, and let's say position sticky. Let's go ahead and set up 20 pixels. Let's not go for relative this time. So if we were to check if it's sticky, we need to create more divs and use the class box, so it has some height, width, and I can scroll. Oh, it is sticky now. Yes, as you can see, as I've mentioned previously, in here the fixed position sets the position of the HTML elements according to the viewport, so it will be stuck to the screen. Let's go ahead and set it to fixed, and as you can see, it's stuck to the screen. And if I were to set sticky, it will be stuck to the parent element. As you can see, while I'm scrolling, it's sticking inside the parent element. Let's go ahead and increase the parent element's height. Let's go ahead and make it 1000 pixels. Oh, not this, my bad. Parent element. So 2000 pixels, let's say. And as you can see, I'm scrolling right here. As you can see, it's coming below, and it is sticking, but it will only stick to the parent element. As soon as its parent element goes up, it is not visible anymore. All right, so we did figure it out. I must admit, I forgot this myself, and I couldn't work it out, as you've seen in the beginning of the video. It's fine though. That's what we do. We forget things and we find things again on the internet. We have the internet, we have Google. We can search for anything and find it whenever we need it. That's the beauty of software engineering, and I really like programming because we can find solutions to problems whenever we need it. Great stuff. All right, so thank you very much for sticking to the video just like this sticky position right here. Yeah, really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.